Did you see they caught who shot Tupac?
Okay, so wait a minute. They caught somebody, but we don't know.
I saw it and immediately was like, oh, this is a hoax. This is like April
Right,
Fool's,
let's
but in
give it a couple
October.
weeks. Right,
I
we'll
immediately
see.
didn't believe it. And then when like the group chat started to just like flourish with information, I was like, wait a minute. Did somebody just like randomly one day was like, you know what? I'm tired of this life. This lies is taking a hold of my soul. I need to tell people I'm the one who shot you. Like, it's such a, like, how do you confess that and be taken seriously?
I don't think he confessed.
Oh, he didn't?
I don't know. I don't know the details, but
All the people that have been recently murdered and they still looking for Tupac?
maybe they just found some DNA or something. I don't know. I didn't look into the story, but I did see the TMZ headline and was like, huh.
Yeah, I saw the headline, chuckled, and then moved on with my life. So I was like, okay, yeah, this is a hoax. Somebody broke into TMZ and they just out here to tell us all these people died and they found who shot Tupac.
I'm
But
curious.
it's also something we should discuss.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have Big Brother.
They're always listening. They're always listening. Always.
They probably found more aliens and they're like, you know what? We have this in our back pocket. Let's tell them we know who shot Tupac. We can't let them know what's really happening. People are gonna
Honestly,
think I'm
because
a
this is
conspiracy theorist.
groundbreaking. This is
Yeah,
groundbreaking news. Yeah.
this is massive.
Yeah.
If it's true.
True.
I really want to know, like, how does that conversation go? Like,
I
you just
know.
walk into a precinct and be like, "Hey, officer, back in the day, I shot Tupac, and you never found me, even though I was still right here."
Mm-hmm. That's a great question. I don't know what that conversation looks like.
I want to be a fly on that wall to hear that conversation.
I want to be in that interrogation room.
I want to listen. You know, in Hamilton, where they were like, "It happened in the room where nobody, whatever, whatever." I need to be in that room. I want
Yeah.
surveillance.
I'm curious. I'm sure we'll be able to find it soon enough. You know, the internet's going to take any clips and run.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I get all my true
Absolutely.
crime from TikTok. I watch so many interviews on TikTok and so many
I
interrogations
have to
on
be
TikTok.
careful with what
Why?
I'm so glad you went through my ear with that and my phone didn't hear you, because there are times where I get on like crime scene TikTok and I'm like, listen, I know I'm a true crime girly. I don't want to see a decomposing body.
Oh, see, I do.
You want to see a decomposing body?
Oh, yes, honey. That stuff drives me wild.
Not after laughing at a baby video.
Show me. I want to see it.
You're feral for it.
Listen to me. That whatever story is going on, that lady, Shabusiness lady who killed her boyfriend, you ain't heard about her? Her last name is Shabusiness. And everyone's like, wait, what? Run that back.
Government? Legally?
Legally. She's like a meth head who killed her boyfriend.
Okay.
And she cut his head off and they found it in a bucket. And I watched the police interview at court. They replayed the body cam footage of him finding the head in the bucket and like made him retell the story at court. And girl, I'm trying to find a picture of the head. I'm like, I want to see the head.
Drama.
I love the gory stuff. I've always been like, I want to see it. Show me the body.
I'm here for gore.
Like, I want to see it all. I watched the Jeffrey Dahmer remake on Netflix, the newer one. Pretty good. Not enough gore. I want to see you cut him up. Sorry?
That was really controversial.
I like what I like.
I know. I understand. I do. I'm just. Yes, if I'm searching for it. So, like, if I go into a true crime show and you're doing whatever reenactment, give me as much as you can without like the FCC coming for you.
Right. I don't need to knock on my door. I don't need
to give me as much as you can before they start being like, we should keep an eye on her. But I don't want that as I'm just like scrolling past like a cat video, a dance video, a decomposing body, a horse video.
Keeps my brain stimulated. And okay, let me be clear. I don't need like extremely, extremely gory, like to really see but like I don't mind seeing a little.
Sounds like you do. Sounds like you do. I think you want to see all of it. You know what? Actually, I saw something recently that I went searching for. I wish I
Mm.
could remember the man's name, but I'll tell you at least enough information for you to find it. It was
Okay.
about this man who survived. Well, he was mauled apart, him and his girlfriend,
Okay.
by a bear attack.
Okay.
And he was like a very avid bear enthusiast. He would like always go to these parks, but it wasn't controversial, isn't the right word, but like he knew he wasn't supposed to be there because these are wild bears.
Got it.
Um, and they show everything. I'm talking about like this man was in half, and they show the lower half with his like meat
Oh.
exposed. So if like that's what you're into, there's something you can
Yeah.
look into.
Where's
That will
that at?
hopefully I Google it. I wish I could remember the man's name. I can't remember the man's name. But yeah, Destiny, that's a very it's a very interesting.
Is it?
Yeah, it's uh, taboo. That's the word.
I don't care.
That's a little taboo. I'm not saying that you should care
No.
at
Okay.
all by any means. You like it, I love it for you.
It is taboo, but
It's
like
just very taboo.
I love it. Like crime scene photos. I would be a great detective. Well,
I
maybe
don't
not.
know
Because
if I'd be a
in
great
person,
detective. Yeah,
in person's a little different than a photo. Like I don't know if I can see the body in person.
I think. I mean, I think I'd be fine
I would
seeing a
not. Like I don't
body
need
in
to see
person.
you chew. I don't want to see your head in a. If I find a head in a bucket at somebody's house, I'm done. Like the trauma is real. I'm not. I can't do that.
Yeah, I was told, and I believe I'm very great at compartmentalizing.
You are.
So I can like see it, recognize it. I can also, I don't know if sympathize. Are you cutting something?
No, sorry. Can you hear that? Sorry. I'm like flipping through my sticky notes.
I'm like, what is that? Is she like paper mache over there?
I'm a fidgeter.
See, we are talking about dead bodies here, and you're just
See?
like,
La la la.
it's a normal day.
It is.
Oh no, and I'm getting ready to ask you the thing that we're always going to do. What was I talking about?
Don't do it. Because
I
every time you do it, it
know, I
literally
know.
evaporates from my brain.
I don't remember. Sorry if that was going somewhere. Y'all were really excited about what was going to happen, but that's gone.
Every time you say it, it's like my brain resets and is like, I don't know.
We have to find a way to say that without resetting you.
Whenever you say it, I'm not even kidding. Like, what was that? It just, my brain hits reset.
And that's what I'm saying. We
Like,
have to find new words. We have to find new words that say that without saying that.
because I sure don't know what she was saying. It
Me
literally, she's gone. It's
Because
gone.
we talked about the bear. We moved on from the bear.
You compartmentalize.
Oh, yes. There we go. Woo! Y'all are welcome. We're back.
Saved it. We saved it.
We saved it. Yeah, so I can see, I can see it. I can recognize it.
Mhm.
I can also have um, sympathy, empathy. I can mourn. I can whatever the
Like, feel
emotion
for
is.
them.
Yes, I can
Yeah.
feel for them. I can wish better for the situation,
Right.
but I can also not let it affect me. Like I can build walls between each thing. Does that make sense?
Interesting. It does.
Yeah, I'm
It
very,
does.
very good at compartmentalizing.
Wow. I feel like I could be. It's something about in person. Once I see something in person, it kind of changes the narrative for me. Certain things I can see in person and my emotions take over.
No, can't relate.
Really?
No, when my aunt passed, we were in the room like physically when she coded, and my dad
Oh,
was telling me, yeah, it is what should really be traumatizing.
right.
And my dad, he was like, damn, Destiny, like you were a G because I was able to just like essentially shut off and make sure my mother was okay, but also communicate to the doctors what their wishes were.
Yep, I hear you.
I was like, I am not here. I'm not here. I can do
Yes.
everything that needs to be done.
Yes, I get you. I also can do that. Like I can think in situations of crisis,
Yeah.
I can think quick and be like, okay, I need to get us from point A to point B, or I need to whatever. Like, yes, I think I can be the same. No matter how sad or whatever, I can get what we need to get done. you know. Some people,
100%.
that's true, and maybe that's like fight or flight, like for some people.
I think it is. I think it is because I do think this is a learned trait for me
Mm-hmm.
because I used to be able just on a switch of a dime feel it all,
Mm.
and it would just like wait, like it would just hit me, rush me, and I could do nothing about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then life and trauma and all the things that exist. I was like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
no, cut it off, just
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah. Interesting.
Again,
That's
I consider
interesting.
it my superpower.
It is a superpower because I think it takes a certain person to be able to kind of like not jump into action per se, but like, and maybe it's because I watch a lot of true crime. I watch so much true crime.
Yeah.
My mom has beat so many Lifetime movies into my head that I'm like, this could happen. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm trying to think. One time, a couple years ago, me and my sister were grocery shopping for, I think it was Thanksgiving. That's like our tradition. Like my mom goes shopping, but then me and my sister will go shopping together, or like whatever, and then we'll just go bring food to their house,
Yeah.
whatever. And this creepy man he was like our age, maybe a little older at the time. He wasn't that much older, was kind of following us around the store. And normally my head's on a swivel, normally. Like, and I'm normally aware if someone's following me, whatever. He didn't really look like he was following us, but I did start to notice, but my sister noticed immediately. She was like, that guy's following us. And I remember being like, is he? Like, whatever. And then she like freaks out and she's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Like, speak, like, what's going on? And she was basically saying that he was aroused. Yeah. And I said, oh no. So then I was like, let's hurry up and get what we need and get out of here. So we lose him. I look around. I don't see him anywhere. We're checking out. I don't see him. I'm like, okay, we're good. We get to the car. And I'm trying to, again, I probably suppressed this. I'm like, I'm trying to rethink the story. We get to the car because we drove together. We get to my car and he drives, we're putting groceries in the trunk and he drives past me, like behind my car, like as I'm putting things in. And has this twisted look on his face and he is touching himself.
Oh my God.
And he drove slow enough for us to see. And then he takes a sharp turn into the parking spot, maybe one over from us, maybe one or two over from us. Sharp turn. And I think he was going to get out the car. He parks the car. And by the grace of God, my mom and dad had just pulled up at the grocery store. And they parked right in front of us. And they're like, hey, what's up? Like laughing and joking. And me and my sister are like, oh, like, hey, like, that guy, like whatever.
We're in danger, immediate danger.
Danger, right? Like he sees us, he peels out. And but my sister's like, get in the car, hurry up, get in the car. And I said, no. I pull out my phone, I get his license plate, I'm running up on the car, like I'm trying to get everything we can. And then I called the police and like we handled it and they found him. He went to jail on Thanksgiving, girl.
What? Was this his first time?
Yeah.
This was his first time. He was that bold for his first time.
Yeah, first time either getting caught or somebody reporting him. He must, So we spent a couple weeks meeting with the police, giving reports, whatever. And then the police told us they went back and watched the grocery store footage, and he actually did follow us through the whole story.
That's terrifying. I'm so sorry.
And that's scary.
Yeah.
Me too. But my whole point in saying that is, it's like, you got to think quick. If I didn't take a picture of his license plate, we would have never.
Yeah. And then he'd have done it to somebody else.
Somebody else, if he hasn't already. But it's like, again, some people, you're either the like, hurry up, let's get in the car and go, or you're like the nah, like I'm about to look him in his eye and take a picture of him. And that's me.
Oh no, I immediately would have went back into the grocery store and
No. I need to get you first. I'm a phone puller outer. You always see those viral videos of stuff happening.
And he would have threw you in that trunk and drove off.
Throw me.
While you try to
pick me up. You on camera doing it.
Who's gonna get it?
And while I'm in the trunk, I'm gonna airdrop it to everybody. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but like
I'm getting back there to get witnesses and praying they caught him on camera.
Not praying they caught him. And then that's the case where it's like the cameras weren't working. What are you gonna do?
I'm alive.
When you could have just walked right up and got the photo.
I'm alive.
Wow. Interesting.
I'm alive.
So you won't put yourself in danger's way.
Not unnecessarily. Not if I need to. If there is another way around this, I'm not going to throw myself into danger.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, no, we talked about this. I don't like confrontation.
You don't like confrontation. That is the root. I I don't like confrontation, but I'll do it.
Yeah, I avoided at all costs. So yeah, if it came
You
down to
gotta.
like, do I take a picture of this man's license plate as he's approaching me, or do I get back to safety? I'm gonna get back to safety.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then we can figure the rest out because I'm safe.
Yeah, but now I don't have what I need. When I can take your picture and then get back in my
But
car.
you don't know that. Girl, again, we talked about this. Big Brother is always watching. They were gonna
Yeah,
get his cameras. They'll get him on
maybe.
camera.
Maybe.
Well, you're allowed to tell Chandler. You did the right thing. In this instance, you did the right thing because it all worked out. He got caught. He went to jail. Now he has a record. You and your sister are both
You're
safe.
right. You're right. You're right.
Oh,
You're
wow,
right.
that man was bold for his first time. Thank goodness your parents pulled up when they did.
Crazy. It's like the craziest story. Even me and my sister talk about it to this day, and like how crazy. If they didn't show up, though, to your point about the danger, we probably could have been in danger because he parked his car like he was about to get out and do something.
I
And then he
guarantee
saw
he'd
us
roll up on y'all.
talking and pointing, and he pulled out and drove. So it's like it could have been bad real fast.
You know what? And it terrifies my mother to this day. But one thing that she always taught me and my sister was that if, let's say, we were in this situation and somebody approached us and was trying to take us, leave each other.
Yeah.
She was like, because somebody has to tell the story. Somebody has to be able to describe what this person looks like. Somebody has to be able to tell us what happened to y'all, where you were. And if they take you both, we got nothing.
We have nothing. That's such a good point.
But the motherly instinct in me would never leave my sister. So
I know you don't want to leave, but also, yeah, it's like
she would have to be the one to run. I'm like, look, run, go. I got it. You gotta go. I can't leave you, so you gotta go.
Dang.
Actually, there was an instance where I remember I was in DC, and for whatever reason, I don't remember why I was out late, but it must have been like my junior, senior year, because where I was at in the dorms was right next to a train station, maybe like a block or two away.
Okay.
And so I was getting off of the train, and I remember, like, you know how like in a train station, you'll get off the train, you'll walk up a level, then you'll like walk a little bit, and then you'll go up the level to be on street level. I was in that middle level. So I was getting ready to go up the street, and there were these three dudes that were standing together, and they were huddled in my situational awareness. I was like, okay, it's just me in this train station, and there's three grown men, all bigger than me. Noted. Keep walking. So I keep walking, and then I see them like essentially disperse, so everyone is on one side of me, and then they corner me, and then they start saying all these like really just all this profanity and the things that they would do to me, and da 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 da. Booked it up the stairs. And I saw these two white women that were standing waiting to cross the street. And I ran up on them like I knew them. And I was like, hey, how y'all doing? What's up? What's going on? And then those men left. And that's what I was saying. I didn't get that one picture. I couldn't give you a description. I got my black ass to safety.
Okay, listen. Yes, there are situations where you don't need.
We will figure out the rest later. I got my ass to safety. I can't tell you what they looked like. I can't tell you what they were wearing. I can't tell you. But what I can tell you is there were two white women waiting to cross the street. Save my ass.
No. And I will say, I'm not crazy now. If you got 5 men about to jump on you, I'm not saying, let me pull out my phone and let me go ahead and see if I can get a photo. No. Right. I'm not saying do that.
I don't know. This is debatable.
There are situations where your goal is just to get to safety, because if you stay and stick around, something really bad could happen to you. Yeah. You're going to find out. I do not do that. Do not pull your phone out if you feel like you're in danger.
Destinee, you literally were in danger and knew you were in danger. You had physical evidence to prove you were in danger.
The stakes weren't as high as what you just had.
You say so.
Because it was me and my sister. It was me and somebody else in a parking lot full of cars in broad daylight, mind you.
Okay.
So I'm like, if anything, if he gets out the car, I'm going to scream, and there's people pushing carts, like something, versus like at nighttime in a train station. That's a little different. Get out of there.
Yeah. Okay. At least you have enough common sense.
Oh, yes. I have, so much. if there's 3 men at nighttime waiting at a corner, I'm not gonna be like, sir, can I get you on Facebook Live just to make sure?
Wait a minute, let me log into my account. The internet down here sucks.
Right. Stay here, right? All 3 of y'all waiting to jump me, and I'm like, oh, I need a service. I need signal.
I remember that very well. I was like, listen, just find people. Just find people. And this is why I'm not dating. Because this is what I think men are like.
They are.
Full
circle. And this is why men suck. And this is why
I don't go outside on dates.
Yeah, this is why I don't go outside. This is why I'm okay dying alone. I'm all right with it.
It's fine. My money will never corner me in the subway.
You're right.
Will never corner me in the subway.
You're so right.
But yeah, I love that we're true crime girlies. And I think that most true crime girlies probably, I could be speaking for very wrong for a lot of us, but I think a lot of us don't go outside like that for that very reason, because we know.
We're scared.
We know exactly what you're capable of.
Quick question for you. Have you ever seen the show I Survived? Not I Survived Crime.
No, but that would be so good and so triggering.
You've never seen I Survived?
No.
Okay, hold on. I'm getting a segment. It's coming to me. We need to start doing maybe once a month a breakdown of an episode of I Survived, because I'm telling you, Destinee.
I love that.
So it's on, I think, A&E and maybe Lifetime. A&E mainly. And it's like they feature maybe 3 or 4 different people who tell the story of how they survived. They usually like do one that's like,
is it always people to people? Is it like I survived a bear attack too, or I survived a plane crash? Or okay. I think I've heard of it. I don't think I've seen it.
Oh my God, girl, you need to watch it. So it's on A&E. I will say the commercial breaks are so annoying. There's a couple of TikTok accounts now that just show each story. So you have, it's like part 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and it's like maybe a 6-minute time span versus like an hour episode.
Love that. They're just ripping it, pirating it.
They just rip it. Right. I'm like, I don't have time. Right. So I've been watching those. I've been watching those. Also, you can watch them on YouTube. But girl, the stories that those people tell, like one woman, just thinking about your story, she had a similar story where like some men stopped her on a late night walk from home. Girl, they like raped her. They beat her. They took her to the woods and shot her all these times, and she survived.
I mean, this is going to sound dark to say, but I am 1, okay, I promise. 2, why would I want to survive?
Take me out.
At that point, I'm ready to go. I'm not even going to try. Yeah, I've seen enough in this world to know that, like, after all of that, I don't want to be here anymore.
Destinee, I know. Let me tell you one more. There's one more. There's another one.
Oh my God.
So that's what I love about the stories. They're so graphic and they're so shocking. And these people are like, and I'm here to tell the story today. And I'm like, why are you here to tell the story?
Why are you? I mean, it makes great TV. I understand that. It's also important for people to know what people are capable of out in the world.
And the strength, you're right, because I'm the target demographic. So this other one, her story, and maybe this is our first one we cover, but long story short, was in the 80s or 90s, maybe 80s, was hitchhiking. She was a younger woman at the time, hitchhiking. And at the time, hitchhiking was kind of safe, I feel like, but you also still had killers, whatever. She gets in the car with this guy. Turns out he's a crazy killer or something like that. He rapes her all these amounts of times, takes her on a road trip, God knows how far. At some point, he ties her up or something like that, and he lets her out for a bathroom break. She goes, please just let me free. He said, you want to be free? I'll set you free. He takes out a machete and he cuts off both of her arms.
Free?
Destinee!
These are real people that experience really terrible things. I acknowledge that. I'm going to send you
the episode. Yes.
Well,
you're free now.
You're free. I think maybe we should be a little bit more specific in how we ask for things in this situation.
Oh, well.
I'm going to hell. People are
yes, you are. Immediately.
I recognize these are real people that experience real trauma, and that is terrible. I have a dark sense of humor. I'm so sorry. That was literally the first thing that came to my mind, and I couldn't think of anything else to say. And I was like, well,
you're free.
You're right. You're not. Did he bind like just her arms or her legs too?
Enough. I've heard enough.
And Destiny. Okay.
So
yeah. Wow. But yes, send me that.
I will send you the episode. But okay, he cuts her arms off. He sets her free. He kicks her down a deep ravine hill. She's at the bottom of the ravine. I think he shoots her a couple times too, just to make sure.
Goodness, yes. For good measure.
For good measure, to make sure she did. Honey, she wakes up. She climbs to the top of the mountain without no arms.
How does one climb without arms?
I didn't ask questions. I don't know. She didn't go into detail.
Oh my goodness. It must have not been a steep mountain. She just like walked up.
Yeah, it was like a ravine, like a wooded,
yeah,
but still with no arms. Freshly no arms.
Arms. Yeah, that's
crazy.
Again, I would have and shot. Let's not forget that she's also been shot,
and you're bleeding, and the pain and the adrenaline. Like you got a lot going on.
I'm just like, Lord, take me. How long is this going to take?
Honestly, but she made her way to the top and then found help or whatever. And wow.
Yeah, that is.
I'm telling you, you need to. Okay. That's the new segment. Not this not to be a true crime podcast because I'm telling you, we got to discuss it because I watch all of them. I do have one more to tell you.
Yes.
This other one I recently watched on YouTube. So sometimes I just go to YouTube and I type in "I survived" episodes, and it's just it's great.
I look at LA apartments, but I do like that for you.
Do you like that for me? It's a little, it's not as glamorous as apartments, but it is, it keeps my mind busy.
Yes.
It's entertainment. This other woman, the last one I watched, she was driving on the road and she said this car was like tailing her at night. It's always at night. Mm-hmm. She's driving at night and this car was like tailing her super like up close. And she was like, just go around or whatever. So she slowed down so they could pass. And when they passed by, they shot her in the head out of nowhere.
Why are people this way?
I'm not quite sure, but she said as soon as she got shot, she immediately went blind. Yeah. Like she lost her vision fully. She's like, well, there goes my vision. She like crashes, I guess, because she's blind and has been shot in the head. Yeah. And she hears the voice of a man being like, can I help you? Like, oh my God, what's going on? Like, let me get you to the hospital. Girl, he takes her to the house and chains her up. It's the man that shot her.
That's people. I mean, I don't, and I do want to know these people's like history and psyche that would cause somebody to do this to another person. I don't get it.
I don't either.
That's wild. How long was she there for?
I only think a couple days. So she was blind, of course. She's blind. She's been shot in the head. She's like chained to a mattress in this man's basement. She can't see, but she basically said she just had to hear and listen for when he would leave and hear her way to the street.
That's crazy. Yeah. I don't have that will to live.
I don't either, but then this is where I think
that's different because it seems like she wasn't immediately dying. If that makes sense.
Not
everybody else was on their way to go. And if they'd have just they wouldn't be here to tell the stories, I would be mad. I'd be like,
if I'm blind, like honestly, just take me at that point. Like if that was what the result of me getting shot in the head, I'm chained in your basement, I'm getting assaulted, just take me out. I can't see, I can't trust nobody. So then she hits the street naked, covered in blood. Yeah. She said, then another man. You don't know who's who. So when she hit the street, she said another man was like, oh my God, let me take you to the hospital. And she was like
terrified. You know.
And luckily he was a good Samaritan, but girl, what if it was him? What if it was him? Your killer waiting outside being like, oh my God, let me get you.
I wish I could remember the exact story of the person's name, but I remember I was listening to a podcast episode where this happened to a woman, where essentially like she was taken. I wouldn't say that she didn't go blind or anything. Like she could see who people were, but the person that kidnapped her told her that he was a part of this like network and that there were other people that if she were to try to escape, they would see her, know who she belongs to, and bring her back. So she was terrified because he even like this man kept her. I don't know if this was the woman in the box. I don't think so. But regardless, he kept this woman and he like took her to her family. Like she was outside.
Hmm.
Like she was out and about and moving around, but she didn't know who she could trust. And I think that is more terrifying
Yeah,
than any physical thing you could do to me.
I agree.
So yeah, again, I would have never had the willpower to even try and live. So it's like, go.
Honestly,
That's unfortunate. But yes, this is a good segment. I'm so sorry to the swipe society girlies and guys out there, girlies
right.
and ghouls. We're now
This is now a true
a
crime
true crime
podcast.
podcast.
Fully, because when I tell you, and honestly, it's true crime only based on I survived. I could do a whole thing on that
Off of
because
that.
Destinee, I don't think you understand. There's another episode where this lady, like somebody tried to cut her baby out of her stomach. Like the episodes get crazy. I'm not, and they all lived to tell the story. That is the part that is like, okay, I'm gonna send you an episode and we're gonna debrief.
What did you say? I know you said it was on TikTok and on YouTube.
YouTube and A&E. If you have
Okay.
A&E, yes, but YouTube, just type in I survived and they just have a ton of free.
Yeah,
The
I
one
think
I
we
will
have
say,
basic
the
cable.
pro tip is the ones with the highest million count view, those are the ones you got to watch. Those are the best stories. Those are the juiciest ones. Start there with like the 8 million view ones.
Got it. Noted.
Uh-huh.
Is this on YouTube Red or just regular YouTube?
Regular YouTube.
Love that for me.
I'm gonna send you one.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna send you one.
then. Send me your recommendations and we'll go from there.
Oh girl. I'm like that. Yeah, we got to do a debrief because that show. Yeah. I love that show. I love it.
It's gnarly. We were talking about being able to compartmentalize, and it's a very weird thing for me because I'm also an empath, and so I usually don't watch that because I can feel it.
Yeah.
Like I can feel their trauma.
Yeah.
And listen, I work for a living, so I'm already traumatized.
Listen, I hear you. No, it's true. Sometimes I cry during those episodes because I feel it. Yeah, I'm like, damn, you got shot 18 times and still got up and walked away with no legs. Like, wow.
Oh, no arms.
No, there's one with no legs. There's one where there's
chopping people.
There's one where she was like, yeah, me and all my homegirls were together playing like games, and her boyfriend came in and shot us all up, like all of us, everybody in the room, and I'm the only one who lived.
And this is why we don't go outside and date men. Moral of the story. I think it's so weird that like guys can't wrap their head around that.
No.
They're like, why are women so terrified of it? Because you do regularly terrifying shit.
Uh-huh.
Just because it's Tuesday.
Literally.
Just because it's Tuesday and you kind of felt like it. And you could.
I'm good. I'm not interested.
So again, why do I want to know your favorite color? You are going to murder me.
True.
Maybe that's something we should unpack in therapy.
Right.
But as of right now, this is what we face. And then we'll really be like, they'll just be like, well, I don't know, like, it's not all that bad. Y'all are just that. It's because people survived to tell these tales.
Mm-hmm.
The terrible thing.
It's on A&E. I'm telling you.
That men have done to them.
Yeah. And it's always men. It's I don't think I've heard any episodes where it's like a woman does something to a guy. It's always like, he robbed the bank and I got shot in the face and I lived. Or like, it's I'm going to send you. I'll send you.
What we will say is it's not only men. Women also do this. Non-binary people also do this.
Yes.
People are terrible. But in the mass, when you put them all together,
when you look at the history,
more often than not, it is a man doing things to a woman.
Statistics are showing. Yeah.
I am merely stating fact.
Oh, I love this. I love how this is morphed into a true crime episode.
We're still bringing it back. We're bringing it back. Under the core of true crime is that men are terrible and we don't date them until they get better.
You're right. I think this is where I've never had a fear of getting killed or murdered, because I just don't see myself being like, obviously victims who things happen to, there's nothing you can do to control it many times, right? But for some reason, I think I'm invincible, and it's like, that wouldn't happen to me. Like, you're not going to do it to me, because I'm not going to let you put me in your trunk. Like, just like your mom taught you and your sister to split up, my mom always taught me, if somebody has a knife to your back or a gun to your back, tell them to shoot you right here, because I'm not getting in the car.
Yeah, no, there was also, I am never going to a second location with you. Whatever, you can do whatever it is you need to do, but we are not getting to a second location.
No.
We are going to duke it out right here.
Right in front of everybody. And on I Survived, there's a lot of that, like, well, he came up to me with a gun and then he walked me to his house. No, shoot me right here.
Yeah, no, we're going to duke it out right here. But, you're going to have to do that on a 5-minute walk in 110 degrees weather. Because I'm not getting in the car. I'm not going to make it easier for you.
Okay, but even if we're in the car, I'm swinging and I don't know.
I get what you're saying. But it's definitely making it easier in a confined space.
Yes. And once I'm in the car.
I think my thing is, I also, one, never go into it with the assumption that you'll be able to subdue me. But I also prepare myself to assume that if you do, I am in the best position I can be.
Valid.
Does that make sense?
It does.
So I'm not going to, well, I'm not going to say I'm not going to, but I will at least try my best to make sure that if you are a terrible person, I make it very hard for you.
Thanks for tuning into Swipe Society. Please rate us and leave us a 5-star review on Spotify and anywhere else you listen to this podcast. If you're watching us on YouTube, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. If you're not already, please give us a follow on Instagram at Swipe Society Pod and send all questions and inquiries to hello@swipesocietypod.com. Don't forget, we drop new episodes every Wednesday. Chat soon!